UK's first aerial reconnaissance platform had fitted cameras which were revealed by moving a panel on the leading edge of the wing. Australian aviator was tasked with working alongside the French to develop ways of using an aircraft to obtain covert intelligence over what was then developing Nazi Germany in the late 1930s. Sydney fitted these cameras so that he could activate them with a press of a switch underneath his seat, and in fact in 1939 he was flying this aircraft in Germany and did some tour flights with some of the Nazi high command. Kesselring might have been involved. And he actually had Kesselring in the pilot seat of the aircraft, letting him fly it, and Sydney got would open the cameras and then started taking cameras ready, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a beautiful aircraft, isn't it? It absolutely conforms to the looks right, probably is right rule. I mean, it's just. It's a thing of beauty. And what Richard's team have done with the inside, the interior, is just stunning, absolutely stunning. I was very lucky I got to fly this time last year. Flew from Sywell to Dunsford in this kind of thing. It's just absolutely beautiful. Is it a lovely plane to fly? It was. I haven't got a huge amount of multi-engine experience, but it was delightful, really. It was did what I told it to do. I didn't get to do the landing, and the pilot trusted me. It was quite worthy. What is it like tight you can choke up and you're like, what? Absolutely indeed. It looks upside down from the level. So what's the thinking behind the twin run? Obviously it's a what you might notice is that the rudder, well, I just talked about it with Melanie's extra actually, the rudder sits in that propeller disc, so by having the rudder behind each engine, you actually get more authority from the rudder. So because of the slipstream, because of the slipstream, that would certainly help. But what effect that would have if you had an engine.
Sywell from Gamebird for taxi to Bravo 1, please. Gamebird, Roger, we're on time, and the QNH 1013, QFE 998 hectopascals. QFE 998 on time, thanks. Gamebird.
Good question. That's a good shot of that one as the engine there, as you put the axis. If you think about surface area, so you have two rudders off a certain size, two tail things of a certain size, you have that one massive tail thing, so if you split them, you can get the same.
And Gamebird, monitor display 132.905. And monitor display, Gamebird.
Look at that in the sky there, isn't it? Just fabulous. Now this is a 12A Electra Junior. It was the Lockheed Electra that's had the Amelia Air Arms attempting around the world flight eventually disappeared. So there was a slightly bigger version of the
Roger.
It must have been in the 1930s when all these incredible planes were coming out. You think of B-17 in 1935, this emerging in 1936. You know, those prototypes were coming out in shiny silvery lacquer paint, and just imagine seeing this for the first time, and you think, you know, just in a matter of a few short years, you're complemented by biplane in here and monoplane. Think how future Very light aeroplane, lots of power, straight up into half loop. This is a one-off, so I'm not going to just make this aeroplane 70 that sideways in there.
Sywell information, B25, check in on Sywell radio. Flight Bulls Metro visibility 5 QNH 1013, QFE 998. Copy. Mustang.
Into the vertical. Now it's going to start rolling to 90 degrees, guaranteed. Hesitation goes in the vertical.
One ready to taxi.
Into just there. Just turn over the top.
Tank ready. And Red Bull formation taxi when ready. Sywell formation, taxi holding point of 2 in Italy. Okay. And Red Bull to backtrack 2-1, remain this frequency. From Flying Bulls formation, backtrack and stay on every frequency. Flying Bulls ASAP. Ready.
relatively low speed there. Control surfaces, the aileron rudder, elevator, top there, to right point, the elevator rudder and elevator, ailerons on within the cockpit, in fact the ailerons on a gatebird cockpit. The eagle-eyed among you may see both the Melanie's extra and on this gatebird that there's a always Copenhagen-esque protrusion on each wingtip. That is an aerobatic site, so if you can see it as it goes past, it has a vertical line, a horizontal line. That's what the pilot is in line with the pilot's head. There's fly aerobatics to have reference to the horizon. It's almost like a protractor, if you like. The pilot looks at that protractor and puts the aircraft exactly the way they want it.
Last pass. Roger. Spitfire Sierra Yankee visible to 5. Flying pulse contact display 132.905.
132.905, flying boat formation, brake, push 132.905. 1. Nope.
Bird has completed his position and land 23 graphs.
Roger, the surface wind is 25010 knots.
Cambridge.
Here they are coming in now, all four of them together. Amazing sight. that were doing hard yards, flying in low at kind of 1,000 feet, 2,000 feet, bombing from very, very low heights with incredible precision. This plane, amazingly, was flying operationally until 1970.
B-25, splitting now.
Breaking weight as we start to display now. And honestly, people would really like me to see it flying.
B-25, visual.
Just a snip under 10,000 flies with the DC-6. Yeah, I mean, you can even see how maneuverable it is. I mean, it's really much more. You know, I see that and I just think of these planes flying in formation over France early May 1944, ahead of the invasion, to attack some bridge over the River Loire or something. They're coming in low. And the amazing thing is that these bombers, these twin-engine bombers like the Mitchell, destroyed every single bridge over the River Seine. Biggest danger to these planes flying in the months just before weeks just before D-Day was really from the flank. Anti-aircraft guns down below. Of course, if you're operating at such a low height, you've got very little room to manoeuvre if anything goes wrong. But their speed and their agility certainly counted. You know, obviously it's much harder for anti-aircraft guns to hit something that's moving fast. And they were incredibly successful. Another major operation was Operation Strangle, which in April 1944, last major attack. Operation Diadem in Rome was launched on the 19th of May 1944. Operation Strangle was, as its name suggests, all about, again, inhibiting the Germans' ability to reinforce the front.
B-25 coming in for last pass.
Bridges, hitting marshalling yards, and yet again, the Mitchells and the other bombers.
B-30, another circuit that we're diving in. Okay, B-25, then we'll make another wing over and then come back for landing. Second about 1 minute 30 plus. Oh, copy, okay. Before Blue 2, check. Solid fire. B-30 information is coming in. B-25 midfield for downwind to land.
So I've just had to take a pause from the commentary, which I'm sure you'll agree is no bad thing, and take a little bit of video footage of that, because that is super special to see. It really is just a wonderful sight. Who sadly has the worst job in the world. He is the chief fixed-wing pilot for the Flying Bull, so he gets to fly all of the fixed-wing aircraft
tracking. QNH is 1013, QFE 9 and 9 at 8 hectopascals.
998 will go along the crowd line of grass and into the backtrack at Bravo 2.
Roger.
Waiting for the last photo pass. Left and out now.
It just looks fantastic. Interestingly, it's equipped with the Allison engine, the same one that failed in the Mustang, but where it didn't work, you know, it's horses for courses, isn't it? An engine that doesn't work in one plane can work brilliantly in another. V38 is a basic point for me.
Now from the right hand side, cameras ready for
You can report final, but the Griffins are to roll ahead of you. Let's still be 30 seconds.
You know, the engine service really well. The first version of it entered service, just a trial version, 1917. They didn't really enter proper service, frontline services that the old models until February the 17th. Still a heck of a lot, but most of his aerial victories were not scored in the dry lane. And all sorts of structural problems to start off with, wings kept collapsing, incredibly liberal. Of course, in my way here, it ended up production of these was really brief. So, experimental ones in September 1917, first production run from October 1917, all over by May 1918. And in May 1918, by that point, the plane that is coming into service is of course the Fokker D7, which is a 5-lane UC4. Cantilever wing and improved ability to climb and etc. And actually, but they're still pretty nimble. I mean, looking at these now, Mike, as a there's a lot of fabric, a lot of wire. You're right, they're really good. Well, in actual fact, one of the problems with the drone is machine gun parts are very close to the cockpit. February 1917. Persuaded Anthony Fokker that this was the way to go. So he took it back to their plant at Schwerin, Tom Randall Plants as chief designer. This was always needed, he wanted a Fokker train as well. The first prototype. they are. I mean, look at the triplane going through its manoeuvres. And how difficult it would be to get a read on that if you're following them. You know, you've got to dive down on it and catch it unawares. You know, if you know you're being attacked, a pilot of any skill, you would think you've got to context. Very much an air conditioning.
Sywell Spitfire is ready for taxi to go on taxiway and then backtrack the main runway. Spitfire's taxi as brief, QNH 1013, QFE 9 and 9 at 8 hectopascals. 998 Spitfire, thank you.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? You really do get a sense of a totally different type of air combat with these machines. It's interesting, I'm going to talk to somebody. The first one I managed to land in the Cross 1.
So is it the 7 enable from the right hand side, these rear flight mile 14s.
And red one, currently 150 knots, about to level off. Cut the corner more, George.
And it was Shenstone, Smith and Fanny who were really responsible for the elliptical wing rather than Mitchell.
Red one, turning left. Blues aboard. Confirm all aboard, Dan. All aboard.
But actually, very Shenstone was on there getting over Delta. Actually, done some time working with Yipkos in the late 1920s, early 1930s.
Red one, continuing this orbit to the left.
Across the marinas, the Navy just creating, designing, building flying boats. So creating a still.
What's your position?
About to clear the field.
Copied. Continuing the orbit.
Copy.
Those ribbon engines, because they do amazing, absolutely different.
We're in your 9 o'clock, 1 kilometre.
Let's go.
Move forward, George. And Griffins, if I roll out on a left base, do you think that'll work?
Give us 30 seconds.
Copied.
This is 9 Jun. So in the lead we have Mark 9, image 234. In the number 2 position.
Are you getting on the speed?
500 yards. Cruise 3 will be sooner.
Here we go, coming in from the right hand side of the front 7 learning pound Spitfires. Get ready, people.
And straight then. Turning right.
L4 position, flying EP 120 at Mach 5, so quiet is.
And reversing to the left.
And reversing to the left, of course, all in lead there.
Letting it out a bit.
Letting it out a bit, as I said, right at the back. Fly the formation without getting affected by the wind and flying opening.
And timing.
Now tightening, that's the opposite. Pulling back on the stick, just a little bit more G and tighten the turn.
So Radio Golf Mike Kilo is to the west of Northampton and is going to go to Leicester on 122.130. Thanks, bye-bye. Golf Mike Kilo, thanks for the call. And reversing right.
Is Ben Cox flying in ML 407? It's the very swift 2-seat version. Into the back three, in Mark 9 is Dave Ribbon, and then he's joined by Alex Speed.
This is the last part of the formation. At the end of this, we'll be powering up for tail take. Powering up for tail chase.
the landers to go downwind to land after this pass.
Method, motivation, and morale. They had a great plane, knew what they were doing, motivation was good, understood the mission, morale was extremely high because they were all incredibly good at what they did. Don Blakeslee as a fighter commander was just superb. Tough, no nonsense, hard drinking, square jawed, good looking, kind of fostered really strong sense of high morale, self-confidence, and not complacency. There's no question that these guys knew that fighting planes was a hard job, difficult job, dangerous job, but there was confidence in their ability and a desire to constantly get better. P-51 had a plane that enabled them to do all that. Wide undercarriage, easy to land in
Is there ever a plan to hit an 8 foot?
I don't think so. The naval planes are doing very nice, thank you. Buying converts, this is absolutely not respect. Running for his paces. I just can't stress enough, but by the sort of second half of 1943, you've got the bomber crews absolutely struggling, being decimated, odds stacked against you getting them through your 25 missions and more. The contrast with the fighter groups could not have been greater. Who complains? For we've talking about nothing other than
Thanks, putting up the last pass. Roger.
Intensity of training is better, so it's all spread out. No problems with bad weather or weather in Florida or Texas and so on. Plenty of sunshine to be around, build up your hours, get over to Britain, 350 hours for a long walk. That's a decent amount. Then make the transition from training pilots to combat-worthy fighter pilots. It's the difference.
And Tango Victor is ready on the graph.
Tango Victor, roger. I will call you.
Find out.
Mustang down, Mr. Line. Mustang, roger. The surface wind is 607 knots.
Some other aircraft today, what he can do is show you how delightful this type of biplane is. So he's just out to our right hand side now. Remember, this is an open cockpit aircraft, so flying up to around 90 miles an hour. Imagine he's diving down now as fast as he can. He's going to give us a fly past from our right. So here, this type of biplane. Very responsive controls, it's slow, but it's nimble at the same time. So, as you can see, as he comes around, in a turn showing the other side of the aircraft. Just to be right in the group for his first set of time. It's a very special one, first one. I had to remain to fly. But the reason why we put this in the show this evening is to talk about a very special sportsman. It's a very special foundation. 2019, Jack Thomas Scott, so he was the son of Ian Gosling, who was tragically killed in an aerobatic accident. So Tom was very keen on the type of, in fact, the black, red and silver version you can see their aircraft so magnificently. When Tom was sadly killed in 2019, he had set up the Thomas Castle Aviation Heritage Scholarship, which enables running display pilots to learn about vintage aviation. The scholarship 5 hours to learn how to fly an aircraft, to planes, and also get really involved with the engineering side of what it takes to keep these aircraft in the air. So a very special scholarship indeed. And that is what Danny is showing today to generate support.
There used to be one place left in the UK where you could fly turn tracks like this to fly on the type of Lux and Marshalls and Cambridge. Is that still the case, do you know?
I think you can fly absolutely anything. Now there's lots of examples of the type on the round. So yeah, I don't really understand, but there's definitely lots of type on flying in the UK.
Yeah, but to learn to fly, can you do that?
Oh, well, that's what this scholarship is.
That's what scholarship's all about.
The scholarship is there to teach people how to fly these type of things. I mentioned that DA, that display approval that Danny has. You notice it's not an aerobatic DA. Remember I said it starts at a very grassroots level, so he's got a minimum height he's allowed to fly to as a new display pilot, and a certain number of manoeuvres he can fly. But I still think he's doing a fantastic job. A lovely incentive around the bow line, really showing what this time off can do. It's really graceful.
And you know, like those two vloggers that we saw, yeah, trying to space it around.
Yes, indeed. And I wish you mentioned no wheel brakes, so into that, point it as into it as you can. So it's going to get out a bit of drag and friction, so just stay there a bit now. The aircraft itself is Alpha Mike Tango Victor, and that is this beautiful mauve version of Type-Off. Tom's Tiger being the silver back-end red version in front of us. This classic built in 1985 by Howard was delivered to the Royal Air Force Aircraft in civilian in 1952 when it moved to Belgium. It actually came to the UK in 1991 and did some pleasure flights around that time. Unfortunately had a minor accident and it was repaired here by Ian from Newcastle and Sywell. It was then bought by a family known as the Skurs, and that was in 2010. It was then operated by Ian and Thomas here at Sywell. They really did look after it. After Tom's tragic accident, the Skurs family actually made the aircraft available to the scholarship, and they've been operating here with this airplane since 2020. Targets on the air right in front of the commentary box here, and as a blades pilot we each took turns to fly these Type-Offs with bags of flour to the immigration to the centre of the target. And now this is not a talk about it, it's all there. I was flying that very yellow one in front of us. Quite difficult to time it, and you just take over the engineer up there with a bag of flour to drop in. And yeah, you have to time it just right, but of course we did have to...
Radio, clear sign, thank you.
That must be great fun.
Roger, which way do you want to go?
Especially since there was really thrown the Type-Off at that point.
No, so what you did, literally just dropping the bag in.
Yeah, just wanted to know around that.
Yeah, main and back tracks. Roger, then right turn towards Alpha. Right turn to Alpha, step fast. QNH1013, QFE 998, hectopascal. 998.
Pilot would sit in the back, and instead of central.
I promised to give this story earlier, but I'm distracted. I'm not being distracted again, so maybe I'll do it more information.
James Go on it. 618 is on live.
But to cut a long story short, the problem was we suddenly needed these cannons that was needed. We put them Mark II. It kind of worked. The problem was the cannons don't really fit. It's very thin and so what do you do? To do a smooth and stuff. It's just about large dimension. The teardrop. That gives enough room to outscreech the cannon. That's something important. There's the cannons that you can see sticking out from the wings. One in each wing. In addition to machine guns. Suddenly you've got a major fighter plane, which has got legs. That is a game changer. The interesting thing is, they were thinking they were going to have to scrap this before, because they just couldn't see how they could house these cannons. The teardrop was a simple, genius, brilliant concept that ensured that it went on to fly throughout the Second World War, on into the 1950s, in all the different marks.
Doing my walk around Sunday morning, about to go to Somerset for a display, and the night before I flew down a cannonless Spitfire, and then this morning I was doing my walk around, pulled up the cannons there, straight into it, exactly in my ouch, gash in my forehead. It was already quite tight for time to get to Somerset, so I had to pull my gun on.
Well, what's a big deal? Some of our boys went through the water.
Talked earlier about the radiators as well, the Mark 9s that are probably kind of C2, the boxes under the wing, one under each wing, the 1, 2 and 5, which is only one radiator, so it's essential to overheating. In fact, a radiator flap things like that is mainly controlled, so there's no control.
It's a beautiful combo, isn't it? And again, I mentioned Spalter earlier on. This is the Spitfire that comes to major thrust. So important involved there, man. It's amazing that the moment Walter was able to return his defensive base, the direct assault that has on events in North Africa was successful. So it might be a timeline. Victory in North Africa, almost to Sicily, Italy. Everything's
think signifies the end of Jim's very, very graceful, magnificent display there. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Sywell, Spitfire back with you, just holding off for cooling.
Spitfire, thank you.
For Saturday of Sywell 2024. So, I hope you've enjoyed it. We've had some